Before we start the video, I want to give a shout out to my homie for drawing the thumbnail. He has a YouTube channel, link in the description, where he will soon post animated storytime videos.
No?
Well, you heard him, he's going to do animated storytime videos. Anyways, how was I able to beat Minecraft without crafting if you have to craft the ender pearls? And no, I'm not just gonna use 12 ice seeds, this is completely legit. In order for this to work, we have to go back to the version 1.7.10. Since we can't craft, we can only realistically get stuff from structures. The only really two structures we are interested in are villages and desert pyramids, so it's really good that we spawned next to a desert. But first I wanted to find a village so I have enough food to explore the world. Thankfully that didn't take too long. I grabbed the carrots, and now you're gonna be really surprised, but I also took the doors. This actually has a really specific reason that you are gonna find out later in the video. Oh yeah, and in this version you can't stack doors, so we are gonna be very limited at how much doors we can take at once. This village also has a blacksmith, so let's hope we get some good stuff. We won't be going to the nether, so the obsidian is useless. After obliterating all of their belongings, I decided to continue my search for other structures. I searched pretty long, but hey, another blacksmith village. And inside the chest was actually good loot. I didn't want to die, so I just decided to wait out the night. Oh yeah, and in 1.7.10 there is no ways for us to get a bed without crafting, so we are gonna have to wait out every single night. When it turned day, I stole all they had and continued searching other structures. I quickly came across a desert pyramid, which has some things we want to have, but also a lot of loot that is pretty useless to us. But we found a saddle, which is going to be huge for exploring without wasting too much food. The rest of the loot was pretty useless, but we took the TNT, which might prove to be useful later on. I found another pyramid, and there was enchanted books that are uninteresting because we can't use them, and the rest was not very good. Guess what? I found another pyramid! But I found a village nearby, so I thought that the village is the better option now. In the village I almost died to a
Chicken jockey!
These things used to be way quicker and more dangerous than they're now. I thought I escaped him,
お前はもう死んでいる。
but turns out he was still hungry for a fight. This village had many wheat trades and also a lot of farmland, so I thought about making this my main base. Since I found a place to stay, I think now it's time to explain why I'm collecting these doors. In 1.7.10, the villager breeding mood was not dependent on the amount of food they had, because that wasn't implemented yet, and the capacity was not bound on the amount of beds. Every door makes the capacity of villagers higher by 0.35. In this example we have placed down 50 doors, so this is 17.5 villagers. I didn't even wait a minute and they already made a baby villager, so if we set up enough doors in our world we can have a lot of villagers really quickly. We don't have enough doors yet, so I emptied out my inventory and started exploring the world again. This spawn is actually fantastic. We find a lot of villages nearby, so we can actually go back and forth to our main base and get a lot of doors to it. I sadly lost some recording footage, but basically I got a horse with the saddle and I looted pyramids, so nothing that we haven't seen before. Another village, another place to get doors. The horse is really helping us to find things quicker, so I'm really happy we got that saddle. I collected every door I could find, and I also checked the villager trades to find some things I wanna have. Shearing sheeps for wool is actually one of the two most reliable ways for us to get emeralds, so buying shears for 3 emeralds is really worth it. At this point I had enough doors, so I wanted to travel back to our main base, and this village I found is only like 100 or 200 blocks away from our main base, so that's a really good discovery. Oh yeah, and I did the worst trade in Minecraft history. But we don't need the diamonds and I wanted the inventory space, so I just got the emerald. And I thought I would be smart grabbing the furnaces with TNT, but turns out they just both disappeared after the explosion. So I missed out on 2 potential furnaces with a pickaxe later on. Back in my main base, I spent the night boxing in my villagers so they survived the night. I mean, I just need a few for the contraption I showed you before, but I just want to have as many as possible, so if something goes wrong I still have backup villagers. After the night I built the ugly villager housing and got the villagers to move into the housing. While preparing the prison housing for the villagers, a chicken jockey wanted to get revenge for his brother. Not my proudest Minecraft clip, I must say. I readjusted the doors and placed all of them, so I realized that I need more doors, which is my next goal. Oh yeah, take a look at this 5-tile cactus, that's rare. For some reason my previous horse died, so I got myself a new one. I found this village. It looked pretty mid at first, but this blacksmith got us an iron hoe, which we really need. This was an amazing trade. I farmed the rest of the doors we need in another village, and on the way back home I found a flying cactus. That's how they look from underneath, by the way. Anyways, I got back home and set up the rest of the doors. The villagers are breeding now, so everything went as planned. And since we got the iron hose, we can actually start to plant a lot of wheat. Because it was hard to find a water bucket, I had to make the water flow down for more planting space. And it looks brutal, but since you couldn't reset villagers in this version, you have to kill them to get new traits. With coal I got from TNT, I got a new trait from the blacksmith. I'll buy the diamond sword later on. At that point I farmed dirt with TNT to get as much farmland as I can. Getting emeralds through wheat is basically the main grind of the challenge. At that point every Minecraft day was the same, farming wheat in the day and trading with villagers in the night, hoping we get new villagers with new traits. I'm also expanding our farmland, which is growing day by day. We got a cleric, and these guys are the only reason this challenge is even possible. For some reason they traded Eyes of Ender instead of Ender Pearls back then. But as you can see, we need a lot of emeralds, and getting emeralds was way slower than it used to be now, so it's really grindy. Oh yeah, and iron golems are the most bizarre mob in this version. They just randomly get aggressive at you, but not for killing villagers. It's like the villager mood system, but in a really weird way. While I was AFK, I was sadly killed by a spider, and since we've come so far, I don't wanna just throw away this run. I made the journey back to my base, and luckily I was able to get my stuff back. I bought 6 Eyes of Ender total, got a diamond sword, and found a villager that would enchant my diamond sword to sharpness 2. I also used all my leftover seeds to cultivate a lot of chicken, which we can also use as emerald traits, since raw chicken is a trait many villagers have. Also back then, villager traits didn't reset after a certain time, they would only reset when you trade your last trade with them. So the more you trade, the harder it gets to actually get new traits from him and to keep trading wheat with him. Here you can see me resetting a villager to get the wheat trait back. Yes, the time of recording was around Halloween. This challenge actually took a long time. It's more comparable to like a 100 days challenge, but since I've been only grinding wheat, I don't have much footage that is interesting to show. I got myself an unbreaking free diamond pickaxe, which will be a luxury for the stronghold later. Remember the iron golems that just randomly get aggressive towards you? Well, they killed me and now I have to get back to the base again. Luckily I got my stuff back again. After a lot of grinding I got all the Eyes of Ender I needed. I thought nothing stops us from beating the game, so I searched the stronghold with the Eyes of Ender. I've thrown a lot of eyes, but not a single one of them broke, so that was pretty lucky. With the last throw I basically pinpointed the position of the stronghold. And after mining down in pure darkness, I found the stronghold. I found the portal and started to put the eyes in. And let's go. I spawn boxed in, and back then the Ender Dragon used to be totally crazy, he just charges at you immediately.
Hello there.
But yeah, I made my way up and started shooting at the towers. The fight went pretty fine until an Enderman got aggro at me and he comboed me together with the Ender Dragon. Well, back to spawn. This time I farmed full diamond, which took several days of AFKing and trading emeralds. And I also got myself some bows and arrows from skeletons. This time let's finish it once and for all. The Ender Dragon back then used to charge more at you, and then he will immediately fly back once you hit him. Oh yeah, and our old stuff didn't despawn. There was some extra arrows lying around and I really needed them, so I'm happy I got the stuff back. Anyways, I cleared out the towers and now it was just me damaging the Ender Dragon until he dies. And thanks to the diamond armor, we can actually go into melee. Anyways, it was a very long back and forth because I didn't have a powerful bow and the Ender Dragon flew a lot in the sky. But after an eternity, I actually got him pretty low. And after one final charge, we got him. Now we've proven that you can beat Minecraft without crafting.